Brooke is the new head of household, but will the Lindor Sampler change the course of the game? Find out now on Big Brother Cheesecake 7 Chocolate Heaven. Hello, I'm Andrew Chefsing Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 7 Chocolate Heaven. It's day 44 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week Brooke is the head of household. Who will she nominate for eviction? We'll find out tomorrow. And what will happen in the Lindor Sampler? We'll find out shortly. But first, I was very, very tired yesterday. I had to wake up for work yesterday at 5:30, I think, in the morning. So I kind of screwed up in the editing of yesterday's episode, which overall was a fantastic episode. Probably the best episode of the season with the cunt calling session. Everybody loved it. The alumni were just thrilled. It was hilarious. I thought the entire thing was A+. But I did make a mistake when editing. I forgot to put in a picture of Paul with his Brooke's husband with his 300 games. So once again, congratulations, Paul, for bowling a 300 game. And your 15 minutes of fame are up. Next, bowl us a 292. Which, if you can do that, I will send your favorite Spice Girl to your house to give you a blowjob. The ooh, ah, and other noise sound effects are not included. You have to pay extra for those. Okay, so let's move on now to the pulse. Yesterday, again, I was very tired. This is pretty funny. I started talking about how Megan was not found alive. She's dead. And we are 2 for 6. And then I got totally sidetracked into a conversation about Rai Rai. I'm Rai Rai. He'll do that to you. I feel like Rai Rai's the type that will start a conversation, and then before you know it, you've talked about 5 different things, and you haven't gotten to the point of why you called him up in the first place. But anyway, so I actually forgot to mention who this week's Pulse person is. This one is an interesting one. It's not one I ever expected to see. It's Joanne. I have not heard from Joanne in about 2 weeks. So, Joanne, I know maybe you're upset that, where are my recipes? But, yeah, where are you? And Joanne's recipes will be back. There's going to be a recipe in Tuesday's episode. So, yeah, where are you? We really, really, really miss you, Joanne. And we all love you. And Jenna is doing a great job as Joanna dishing out the dirt, because I know that you felt the same way at multiple times in both of your seasons, and you restrained yourself to not use the C word. And while that was appreciated, in the future, feel free, because clearly that's the norm now. Okay, let's move on to, this is an interesting one, Willy Wonka. So, as we wind down with Willy Wonka, and there are less and less house guests available who have not been Willy Wonka yet, I expected that, like a wave, the numbers would start coming down. So we had 8, 24, 27, 38, 34, 26. So again, we went up to 38, and I'm expecting it to go down, and I thought we'd fall from 26 to somewhere in the high teens. Well, yesterday, a grand total of 5 people voted for Willy Wonka. So, I don't know what to say about that, but only 5 people voted. A lot less than I expected. I definitely thought at least 10 would vote. And like I said, I was expecting the high teens. So Willy Wonka has been notified, and they have until 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight to privately message me the name of a third nominee with the reason why. They must also submit 2 backups, a first and a second and a third choice. So 3 names altogether in the event that the head of household, Brooke, takes one of those nominees. And Brooke, also, I forgot to mention, you have, of course, until 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight to privately message me the names of your 2 nominees and a reason why. And I want to congratulate you because this is your 18th week in the Big Brother Cheesecake house or houses, and you finally won your first head of household competition and your first competition overall. You were thrown a veto last season, so this is your first legitimate win on your own. So, again, congratulations, Brooke. Let's see here. It is interesting because this competition, Virus, is really about who's the most popular. So it's kind of ironic. It's almost in a weird way similar to, what's that one, Touchy Subjects, in a weird way. Because now Brooke has been arguably exposed as the most popular, but now she has to be the head of household and make an unpopular decision of nominating 2 people for eviction. Hopefully she picks 2 people who, it'll be the right move for her and for the house and not, piss everybody off. But I think Brooke is up to the task. She did say last night she wanted tea, not coffee, tea, because coffee's gossip and tea is tea. And she said she was getting a lot of DMs in her inbox, and that's good. And I'm very, very happy for her. And I hope you enjoy the experience because I played 33 orgs, and in the Big Brother ones, when you become the head of household, it is definitely a fun time because you have the power, you don't have to worry, you're safe, and you get to make important decisions. So, enjoy it, Brooke, because it may never happen again. Okay, since we're on the subject of Brooke, I think it's time to get to her HOH bedroom and bathroom. Here we go. Oi! It's me, Brooke! Mel B! I'm so happy that bloody British wanker Boris Johnson got sacked because he's got a teeny weenie. That's funny. I really hope that they find somebody good to put in the British Parliament as the next Prime Minister. I'm hoping for maybe a Scot. Maybe a Scott Hamilton. Or a Scott Patterson. Or a Scott Hartnell. Or a Scotty McCreary. Or me favourite, Scott Baio. Anyway, follow me up the stairway to the Big Brother head of household room. Now, because I'm from the Spice Girls, let's go 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. We stole that from Paula. 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. Very exciting. And everybody, I'm so happy we made jury. We got so much heart. How'd you get so much heart? And we're so funny. Alright, here we go. Oh, look, chocolate-covered macadamia nuts. I love chocolate-covered macadamia nuts. I could make a McFlurry out of them, but I know McFlurry would be as good as Smarties. Oh, look, the video is coming down. Let's see who sent me a message.
Hey, Brooke. Congrats on your big HOH win. Woo! But, I thought you went out for milk. Uncle Nick, well, he misses you a lot because he lost his nipple again. Apparently Uncle Ricky, he was playing with him and gave him a titty twister. Tore that son of a bitch right off. You can't find him anywhere. Captain America pulled 300 this week, but you missed it because you were out getting milk. Anyways, sorry. Kibbles ran by. Anyways, you're playing a great game. We're very proud of you. Keep it up. And you're probably wondering why I'm your message from home. Well, once you're Brunswick family, you're always family. Anyways, make good choices. Uncle Nick, Brooke ain't coming home soon. You're going to have to go get the milk. Alright, peace.
Oi, Rob! Thank you so much for that message. I really miss you, and I'm hoping that there's going to be milk when I get home. Now, all of you, what I want you to do is tell me who the cunts are in the house. Everybody come up with 2 cunt names, and whoever has the most cunt votes will go on the Chubby Block. What? Anyway, thank you, Rob, from Season 2. Rob finished in 3rd place in Season 2 and would have won if he made it to the final 2, like a lot of the 3rd place finishers. And Karen, Jojo, Nick, probably. Yeah, so thank you, Rob, for that video. Always a pleasure to see you. Rob and I have known each other for like 25 years. I feel old when I say that. And we bowled in the same bowling alley together. And what's interesting is that bowling alley now, and I think I told you this, Rob, in DMs, but for those of you from the Toronto area, Brunswick at, where the hell was it? It was Brunswick Zone at Dundas and, what the hell is that street? Stanfield. And they changed it into an Adonis Greek grocery store. I don't think it's Greek. I think it's Turkish or Mediterranean or something in that area. One of the kebab countries that puts meat on a stick. And I walked in there and I was hoping to see some remnants of a bowling alley, because if you turn a bowling alley into a grocery store, there's ways you can make that creative, like make the aisles make the aisles of the grocery store like bowling lanes. The aisles would have to be wider, but still, like you could make it work. You could have a gutter in the middle. Well, that wouldn't work. I was going to say gutter in the middle of the shopping aisle, but then people would just fall in the gutter with their carts. But the Leaside Side Longos used to be a train station. They kept remnants of the train station. Maple Leaf Gardens turned into a Loblaws, and they kept remnants of Maple Leaf Gardens. So I was hoping the grocery store would do that, and they didn't. And it was kind of almost cringe walking through there because there's so many memories from there, and now it's just some shitty grocery store. But anyway. Okay, I think it is now time. I think I got everything done. When Kilby did join the Jury and Friends house, he was not salty, but Stephanie and Ronnie were very happy to see him, and Stephanie even went on to say, "Now only 2 people need to show up, and I'll be at peace." Kilby said, "Who?" And she goes, "Like I would tell you." So there was definitely some attitude and some sparring back and forth, which was interesting. But Brazil and Nicole are not available for Extra Whip tonight, so I told Kilby Friday night. I aimed for 9 with Kilby, but I said if we need to move it forward or backward, that's fine. And he said maybe. Well, Kilby, I don't want to use blackmail, so this is not to blackmail you, but if you don't show up to Extra Whip, you will not be able to bequeath your orange color set to the player of your choice. So blackmail. Okay, so let's now, I think that's everything. I don't know. I always forget shit. Let me just take a look through all that. No, see, I did forget something. One house guest did add wedges to their wheel. Let's take a look.
Okay, so I have here my cookies. These are not as big as the ones some of you have shown on camera. I would say this is a decent, like a normal average, I would say, cookie. I would say that those big ones that you have had, they're a little too big to handle. And honestly, you'd be very much satisfied with a cookie this size. They said size doesn't matter, and I would agree. Because this cookie will give me as many wedges as any other cookie. Let's face it, probably more. So let's try. This is a new brand that I hadn't had. These are store bought, so let's see. One. Two. My cat is biting the computer. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7 wedges. Bye-bye.
So Javier has added 7 wedges to the wheel, which he won most of them because of the picture of on the door. He adds 7 wedges. I will say, Javier, that cookie looked kind of boring. Sorry. The Oreo Alfahor you had last time looked amazing. Corey and Rhonda, yes, you can find it on Amazon. If you can't find it on Amazon, I can bring them in November when I come for American Thanksgiving. They all think I'm going to Calgary to see them. I'm going for the food. Like, come on. Anyway, okay, but at least I'm honest about it. So I think now it is time to get to, I think we're ready. Let's get to, we know that there's 4 good Lindors left, so everybody wants to be landed on. Callum had 2 wedges that he could have added to the wheel. He didn't do it. So he did choose a Lindor, he just didn't add wedges to the wheel. So let's get to the Lindor Sampler. This is so exciting. So exciting, so exciting. Okay, so this is Owen's OG wedge all by itself. Nobody wants to fuck Owen's OG hole. They want the, the newer rejuvenated hole. Can you rejuvenate your anus? I should ask Kat. Okay, so yeah, Javier has 7. Brooke added 3, so she also has 7. There's the OGs. Callum has 2. There's Brooke's OG. So Brooke's 7. Javier 7 is 14. Owen has 4, that's 18. Callum has 2, that's 20. I'm missing somebody then. Oh, Javier added 7. He has 9 now. So Javier is 9. Brooke has 7. That's 16. Owen has 4. And Callum has 2. Okay. Is everybody ready? Let's start it at Owen's lonely wedge. Here we go! I get to eat a Lindor! This is so exciting. Oh! Wow! It landed on Owen's old, worn-out hole. So Owen and Brooke once again foiled by the wheel, but you didn't need it this week. And Owen, you did all that cookie eating and all that advantage, whatever, seeking for nothing. Okay, so Owen has selected, and ironic that I mentioned Kat. That's kind of an omen that I mentioned Kat, because Kat said from the beginning of the season, Kat said she would have picked Fudge. Owen selected Fudge, which I don't think anybody else picked at all this season. Callum had it 2 weeks ago. Kennedy had it 2 weeks ago. Kennedy, you had Fudge and you changed it to white. Could you explain that, please? The week before, Kennedy had sea salt. The week before, she had mint, then sea salt, and then I don't even have her. Oh, it's sea salt. So I don't. She lands on white after a whole season of picking Fudge and sea salt. I don't freaking know. Okay, so Owen, you have selected Fudge. Go, so exciting. Okay, so excited right now. You have no idea how excited I am for this. Here we go. Oh yeah, baby. What's interesting about this one, it starts off just like a mint, or just like a milk, right? So it starts off pretty basic, and you really have to wait for it. And then all of a sudden, the fudge hits you. And when it hits you, when it hits you, that is divine. Oh. Yeah, baby. As we already know, it's good! Owen, congratulations. I'll start with the good news. We know that we landed on you. We know you got something good. Here's the bad news. You have won a single fast forward for immediate use. Unlike Rayanne's triple fast forward and Clyde's double fast forward, this is a single fast forward. It gives you safety for this week. I said unfortunately because, as we all saw at the end of yesterday's HOH competition, Brooke promised you she was not putting you up, and I obviously don't know what Brooke is thinking, but I have a feel. I don't think she was headed. I don't think she was going to break her word to you. So it's kind of a waste. But oops. But congratulations. If you were at all worried, you're now safe. And hey, at least you're safe now from Willy Wonka's nomination. So there is that. So there we go. I found the silver lining. Okay. With that said, Who will Brooke nominate for eviction? Find out tomorrow. And who will Willy Wonka nominate as the third nominee? Saturday is Extra Whip, where Kilby will maybe join Bridget, Nicole, and I to dish the dirt and bequeath his orange color set. And Sunday's Golden Power Veto competition, which is the live competition from last week that was cancelled / postponed because of the internet outage. Monday's Golden Power Veto ceremony. Tuesday, the final 3 nominees plead their case. And Wednesday is the next live eviction and head of household competition, where another house guest will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 7 house. Get a tummy ache from eating too much chocolate, lose their shot at the $700 cash prize, and become the first member of the jury. I'm Andrew Chefs of Moonvest. Take care, and remember, if you don't think peanut butter is the best flavor of M&Ms, consult a neurosurgeon for a brain lobotomy. Good night.